In the colorful coral reef, where sunlight danced through the water and fish shimmered in every color, lived the little mermaid Lila with her best friend Nemo, the blue fish. Since their last adventure, they had been inseparable. They played hide and seek among the sea anemones, sang songs with the whales, and listened to the stories of the old turtles. One morning, as Lila was brushing her hair with a starfish, Nemo spotted something strange. Between two corals was an old bottle, decorated with seashells. Inside it was a rolled-up piece of parchment, a treasure map. "Look, Lila," Nemo called excitedly. "It looks like the way to a grotto." Lila examined the map curiously. "The Pearl Grotto," she whispered. "I've heard of it. They say it's full of shimmering pearls that can grant wishes, but only if your heart is pure." And so, their new adventure began. They swam off, following the secret markings on the map. The first part led them through a huge kelp forest, like a green maze. The seaweed whispered softly in the water, and little light fish lit their way. Suddenly, something rustled. Out of the thicket came a seahorse, small but brave. She wore a tiny shell like a helmet. "My name is Sissi," she said with a proud voice. "You look like you could use some help." Lila and Nemo told her everything, and Sissi decided to join them. "I've always wanted to go on a real adventure." Together, they reached a deep trench where a giant clam was snoring loudly. It was as big as a house, and each breath made the water tremble. The map read, "Only silence will let you pass." Lila whispered, "No sound, no twitch. Just swim past slowly." But Nemo, squirming with excitement, accidentally bumped into a rock. The clam opened one eye, but before it could move, Sissi popped a handful of colorful bubble poppers she had gotten at a jellyfish market. The clam chuckled softly, murmured "hee hee, bubble bubbles," and went back to sleep. Relieved, they swam on. At the edge of a whirlpool, they met Otto, a shy octopus with 8 trembling arms. "I'd like to help, but I'm not very brave," he said quietly. "You don't have to seem brave," Lila said gently. "You only have to be brave when it matters. You're welcome with us." Otto joined them, and when they were almost sucked into the whirlpool, it was Otto who quickly squirted his ink into the center. The current paused for just a moment, enough time for them to slip through safely. At last, they stood before the Pearl Grotto. A narrow gap in the rocks opened slowly, as if it had been waiting for them. Inside, it sparkled like the whole sky had fallen underwater, pearls, as big as soap